Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling completely drained and you didn't even say that much? That heavy feeling, that inner swirl of anxiety or resentment, it's not in your head. It's a sign your emotional boundaries just got trampled. Today, we're unpacking what emotional boundaries really are and how learning to hold them can shift everything from your relationships to your nervous system. This is Journey to Self, the podcast for women in their second spring who are ready to reclaim their voice, reignite their passion, and rise into the life they were always meant to live. I'm your host, Sandy Bartlett, self discovery coach and spiritual guide. And today we're exploring the invisible lines that protect our emotional energy. Before we dive into today's episode, let's begin with our intuitive moment. I pulled the Harmonic Flight card from the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck, and honestly, the timing couldn't be more aligned. This card speaks to the beauty and complexity of soul level connections. You know the ones, the relationships that feel like mirrors, where you experience both deep resonance and deep challenge. Harmonic flight reminds us that connection is powerful, but it must be mutual. It thrives when both people are grounded in their own energy. It's a gentle nudge to examine where you might be overmerging, losing your own emotional boundaries in the name of harmony. This card invites us to return to center, to remember that you can honor a sacred connection without abandoning yourself. You don't have to carry what isn't yours just to keep the peace. As we talk about emotional boundaries today, let this be your reminder. The most powerful flight is the one where both wings are strong, yours included. Let's talk about the kind of boundaries no one sees, but you feel the second they're crossed. When I work with clients, emotional boundaries are often the most overlooked and the most transformative. Here's what I mean. You know, those conversations where you find yourself nodding, listening, holding space, but inside your body is screaming? Or when someone dumps their emotions on you and walks away feeling lighter while you carry it for days? That's an emotional boundary violation. And it doesn't mean the other person is bad or wrong. It just means you haven't been taught how to protect your energetic space. Most of us weren't. For me, emotional boundaries started to shift when I realized I was absorbing other people's energy like a sponge, especially in friendships where I became the go-to problem solver. I'd hold their fears, their grief, their drama, and then wonder why I was exhausted for days. Sound familiar? This is the kind of work we go deep into inside my coaching container, Second Spring Awakening, learning how to discern what's yours, what's not, and how to hold space without absorbing it. If you've been carrying the weight of everyone else's emotions, I invite you to book an Awaken the Shift call with me. It's 30 minutes to breathe, reflect, and walk away with a clear next step. No pressure, just clarity. The link is in the show notes. So, for inner reflection, take a moment and think, where do you feel emotionally responsible for other people's reactions or moods? Is it a partner who shuts down unless you manage their feelings? A friend who always needs emotional rescuing? A parent or adult child whose happiness depends on you? Write it down. Notice how long you've been carrying that. Then ask, what would it feel like to gently set it down? This week's quote for Whispers of Wisdom comes from Young Pueblo. True self is realizing you do not have to internalize the pain of others. Listen to that again. True self is realizing you do not have to internalize the pain of others. You can witness someone's experience without carrying their weight. You can love deeply and still keep your emotional energy sacred. Here's your empowerment practice for the week. Before each interaction, pause and ask yourself, what energy am I bringing in? And what energy am I willing to take on? Then visualize a light boundary around you, soft but strong. You can even say silently to yourself, I can hold space without holding pain. Practice it this week and watch how your energy shifts. Emotional boundaries are the foundation of freedom. They're not cold, they're compassionate. They say, I honor you and I honor me too. Next week, we'll be talking about the guilt that shows up when you start setting boundaries and how to move through it with grace. Be sure to follow the show and share this episode with a friend who's always been the strong one. She may need this more than she lets on. Until next time, be true to you.